Baelor fought for me. He gave his fucking life.
Your prince fought for you against men sworn to protect him. He risked nothing.
Their oath forbids them to harm a prince of the blood.
Is that honorable, your grace?
The gods will let us know.
Mother loved you best, huh?
Grace. I am your man. Please. Your man.
Our first scene opens with Dunk and Lionel Baratheon in conversation beneath an old oak tree. Dunk's shield lies broken nearby, a symbol of everything he's just survived. Yet the oak protected him well, and here he is, still breathing, still living the same life under the open sky that Sir Arlen once lived. Nothing has changed on the surface. Everything has changed underneath. Lionel is unconvinced, even dismissive, of the idea that Prince Baelor willingly gave his life to save a hedge knight's. He pushes Dunk to move on, to join him in a war to come, to leave this grief behind. But Dunk cannot. He owes Baelor a debt that no amount of persuasion can erase. Some debts are too large to simply walk away from. The next image is quietly devastating. Smoke rising from a distant mountaintop. Below it, an elm tree. If you think back to Dunk's sigil, a fallen star on a green field, with an elm tree, the parallel is almost unbearably poetic. He is watching Baelor's burning pyre from a distance, unable to look away, unable to leave. This likely sets up what we'll see in the following episode. The Targaryen family, Maekar, Egg and the rest, gathering to perform Baelor's last rites. Without dragons, they light the pyre themselves. It's a quiet, almost painful reminder of how much the dynasty has changed. Targaryens once burnt their dead with dragon fire. Now they use torches like everyone else. Dunk joins them, not as an invited guest, but as a man who feels he has no choice. He owes Baelor that much. At the pyre, Dunk crosses paths with Prince Valar. The two share a moment, two men shaped differently by the same loss. Valar is now heir to the Iron Throne, and possibly the next hand of the king. The weight of succession has already landed on his shoulders. By this point, Dunk's wounds have visibly begun to heal. Days have passed since Baelor's death, and yet the grief still feels fresh for everyone present. They remember him together, in the way men do when words aren't quite enough. Notably, Daeron is absent, and so is one of the King's Guard. After paying his respects, Dunk returns to camp and finds Raymond. He likely tells him what he's already decided, that he's leaving, that the open road is calling again, and he's going back to life as a hedge knight. Raymond doesn't push back. He understands. Some men are built for castles, and some men are built for the road. Then guards approach Dunk, and the tension in his face says it all before a word is spoken. He's brought to Prince Maekar, but before Maekar ever extends that offer, there is a quieter moment that matters just as much. Egg needs to know for himself, not from his father, not from duty, but from Dunk directly. What does Dunk actually think of him? Because Egg has done a great deal for this man, more than most would. And yet Dunk has kept him at arm's length in his heart, even when circumstance kept them close. Maekar is not the composed, commanding lord we might expect. He is grieving, deeply, visibly, and perhaps guiltily. Baelor died at the trial of 7, and Maekar's own hand played a role in that outcome. That is a burden he will carry for the rest of his life, and you can see it already settling into him like stone. And then he asks Dunk to take Egg as his squire. Dunk has plans, his own plans. But Dunk is nothing if not a man of honor, and honor, at this point in his life, is inseparable from debt. Baelor's death has reshaped him in ways he hasn't even fully understood yet. He is not the same man who rode into Ashford. That man is gone. He thinks of Sir Arlen and how grateful he has always been that Arlen took him in and gave him something worth becoming. Baelor now stands beside Arlen in that part of Dunk's heart, except on an entirely different scale. Arlen gave Dunk a life. Baelor gave Dunk his life back when it was already forfeit. So when Dunk agrees to take Egg as his squire, it isn't simply a practical decision. It is his answer to a debt he knows he can never fully repay. If the crown and a Targaryen prince paid such enormous price, he then must return the favor. Dunk is still processing everything: the trial, the princelings, the politics, the blood. Being surrounded by lords and royals and men with titles, it nearly cost him his life. The thought of riding back into that world, even in the shape of a boy, unsettles him. Taking Egg along might feel less like moving forward, and more like reliving everything he's desperately trying to leave behind. And then, Chestnut, his old faithful horse, steady and ready, as if she already knows there's a road ahead worth taking. Dunk moves to leave, back to the open sky, back to the simple life of a hedge knight, back to the world that makes sense to him. No banners, no politics, no royal funerals. But Egg is already there, traveling boots on, packed and ready without being asked. Not only because his father told him, but because he made his own choice.